business, marketing, accounting, social media.
Hey guys, this is Candace Joseph. Listen, I am here for another great episode of the Business Knowledge Broker Hour with Candace Joseph. Each and every week, I bring you the best in entrepreneurial space, nonprofit space, community activists, and advocates. Listen, it's year 5 of this thing, and all I have to say is this. Each week, it gets better and better. I'm bringing you the brightest and the greatest in what they do in their fields, and listen, we're bringing it on home to you. So, with that being said, my guest, he's someone who works tirelessly in the community, telling people about the hope, the resiliency of who we are as a people, but he also talks about some space in the technology lane, which I know each and every one of us need to know. So bringing to the show, Mr. Rashard Renfro. How are you?
All right.
Listen, you are someone who has truly become a man about town. And the message that you're bringing out is all about, how we need to develop our technology and how technology can help us develop as a culture. Look, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, what you do, and all about your greatness.
Well, some of the things I do, I have been delivering proclamations by the Texas Representative Ron Reynolds for people who have been uplifting their community and doing things within their community that draws forth more inspiration. I also have been networking in plenty of events. We have crossed paths many times. And so that's Neon Black Productions and Promotions. Having a women's networking event coming up in March where I'll be collaborating with Dr. Maurice Savage, and we have some productions from the A-lister, Mr. Oscar McGaw is going to be overseeing. So we have them events coming up.
Look, you have been someone who I've seen out and about over the last year, and I said, I need to get to know that guy. Need to know more about him, because here's the thing. You mentioned guys like Oscar McGaw, Dr. Maurice Savage. Like, these people are, they are individuals who spot great talent in people, but they also nurture it, they cultivate it, and they want people to know who you are, right? So not only are you someone who go out and you help people promote their events as well, but you're also a book author.
Yes, I have my book, The Audacity to Try, or You Dare to Dream Again, which my book signing will be March 1st, a Saturday. So anybody would like to come out, we have the book signing. I'll be explaining, giving details, reading excerpts from chapters, and just having a nice, good book signing.
Well, listen, I don't want to give too much away about the book, but can you give us a synopsis of what it's about so that, my listeners here can kind of know a little bit about what's in the book and definitely why they should purchase it?
No, it's all about, transforming mind frames of viewing things such as failure and seeing failure as more like a stepping stone and something more that can prepare you more than something that discouraged you. I remember one of my mentors was LaCorey Harris, and the statement that he told me is, I hope that you fail. And it kind of threw me back, and he said, it was 6,000 failures of the light bulb before Thomas Edison got it right. Yeah. It was the hundreds of failures at flight before the Wright brothers took off. And Luther Vandross was booed off the stage 20 times at the Apollo before he got accepted. Yeah. So you got to look at more of these failures as more stepping stones and more energy to power you and uplift you to keep going and moving, and also letting you know that you're on the right path when you see these and you keep going.
Listen,
so that's what
look, I can't wait to read that book. And look, you already know I'm going to be at the book signing. Of course, I'll make sure that, all my listeners have the details in regards to the book signing and where they should show up and pull up to, and definitely get the book. But this is the thing. You're a little bit of a quiet riot, right?
Right.
Because, not only are you someone that's out and about in the community, but you're a tech guy, too.
Correct.
Look, so I want to know, how did you get into holograms and, the things about artificial intelligence? How did that start with you?
It was just a passion. It was something I seen. I said, I want to do that. I want to tackle that. So I got with the hologram development, and more I was seeing the AI usage, the speed of the process, and get the visual effects just right. So I was studying more and more into AI, and I just got engulfed in both of them and used them together. Even used it in my promotions and some of the digital flyers and developing flyers. So I'm using AI constantly, and that's just how it happened.
But see, the thing about it is what you said was very, very noteworthy, right? And I want people to take note of that. You said that as a business owner, you use AI to help you produce flyer work, to help you produce things in the space of marketing and even in the space of sales. Why do you think that new business owners or people in business, period, should really dig into AI?
Because AI is the future and it's the present. And I can say in regards, they have been using AI in some form or fashion within the last, I would say within the last 5 minutes, somebody has interacted with AI. Either they seen it visually on a commercial or seen it or even heard it on the radio or even just interacted on their phone some type of way. They use AI. And like I heard so many people have told me, AI will not replace your job, but a person who is using AI will. So if you are afraid of AI, but you have a competitor that is using AI, you might need to add that to your arsenal.
Man, you definitely got to tap into what is current and new, because like you said about AI, and you and I talked about this off camera, right? We've been using AI in some form of capacity over the last 30 years, either within the processes that we use on computers, different programs we use, even the apps that we use on our phone. You know, and some form of AI is definitely out there, and we definitely got to tap back into it. I feel like it's important because it's the wave of the future. But I like what you said. It's now too. It's here now. But think about it in the space of 5 to 10 years, where it would be. Ooh.
I see it growing. I think within less than 5 years, we'll see a Grammy nomination for an AI song. I see Academy Awards for an AI movie, or Emmys for the TV show. So I definitely see, and AI speeding is so fast. The way it grew just from 6 months ago to 1 year ago. If somebody really in it and look at the tracking, they'll see like an explosion of the growth. So I say, within 5 years. It may be too far to even analyze now, but I can say within 1 year, I do see maybe, I can say a Grammy Award for an AI-generated song or even Academy listing of an AI-generated movie.
Now, see, you're a book writer, right? So, you go through the writing process of putting together an idea and slowly writing out your thoughts over a period of time and packaging it together as a book. Now, you talked about like movies and music and all of that. Do you think the same would be in the future in regards to book writing as well?
Yes, I most definitely believe. I see the book writing is easy. I think writing through the ChatGPT and AI is more, I think, easier and quick than the other AIs. But I believe it was Stephen King was making a reference to AI generating like a chapter similar to his style or horror, and he was amazed by it. So I can say I do see. You can see that can happen
in the future. Yeah. I can kind of see that too. Now, what you said about music is very interesting, but you see it kind of already out there where people are writing parody songs to different songs that are out. I don't know about you, but a lot of that stuff amuses me very, very heavily. So since we're talking about technology, how do you feel about virtual reality?
I like virtual reality, the whole meta universe, the whole diving in it. I seen my little nephew showed me something now. They got a social media just for they avatars they created for virtual reality.
Oh, wow.
So I can see that going on. But the idea that's in the movies, or you have your normal reality life and then your virtual reality life, that can happen too.
Oh, man. So, look, every day we're becoming a little bit more closer and closer to the Matrix, right?
Right.
That we talked about. Look, I think about virtual reality. I said, okay, so that means that, even though I'm a person that have a physical disability, I can put on virtual reality goggles and maybe mountain climb. I look at it like that, or going somewhere that we normally wouldn't go, like the South Pole and things like that in the space of virtual reality. Even though people are going to those places, I look at it as me being someone who can't do those things and using virtual reality in that way. But I thought about the simulations that we see now. We saw them back in the day when they used to make us put on these goggles when we had to do the driving test. And, if you're going to drive, like if you were inebriated, right? So I look at all of those things as something that can really help society, but a lot of times we feel like it can hurt society, right? So, and some people view that as a culture, right? Because I like to talk about culture and things like that. But as a culture, do you think that artificial intelligence will hurt us or help us?
I'm pro AI, so I definitely believe it's going to help. I've seen AI within the medical field also. They have AI that read X-rays. They have the AI that can read your blood samples, which come back quicker and help better. Now, when you were speaking about the putting on like the Oculus Rift or the Apple Vision Pro, they have the Neuralink. If you heard that.
Yeah.
Where you can get connected to your brain, and then it's out. You can start controlling things with your mind, which I think within the 5 years I see that happening.
Yeah.
And that's something I'm into. We'll try to get into that field.
But see, when you talked about it from a neurological standpoint, I looked at it from the research that I've been seeing about them using that in regards to looking at like CTE with sports injuries and things like that for the future. So I'm excited. I'm kind of like you. I'm excited to see what it's going to do. But I think sometimes if we as a culture, we don't talk about those things that can help us grow, I think it'll hurt us. And I feel like if we don't offer more opportunities for people to learn AI, because they've been talking about AI for a while. I know when they first talked about things coming out like ChatGPT, all of that, for me, that was back in like 2015, 2016 when I first started hearing conversations about it being more and more implemented. And like you said, here we are 10 years later, it's here, so we got the self-driving cars, the self-parking cars.
Right.
Now that stuff freaks me out. It does, but it goes to the fact of the things that we used to see in movies as kids is now here. Think about it, like the Jetsons used to have the video phones and all of that, and now we have FaceTime.
Correct.
So I look at it like what great minds you have to have and what, great imagination you have to have in order to put that forward. But it all boils down to math and science and history and things like that, boiled into one for us to have this great technology.
Yeah, but as in AI, you can just simply have that idea and you can talk with the AI. When you were speaking about the self-driving cars, you would think it's so simple. You have your maps in your hand, and all you have to do is just train the brain of your car to just follow the maps. So now it can steer with it, it can brake, so it's not that. So that simple idea, you can add that to your AI, your chat GPT, but this is my idea.
Yeah.
I would like to have it like this, and now it will lay out a complete blueprint. You can go test it. You maybe come back with AI, hey, I tested, this didn't work, let's change it up. And they'll regenerate it for you.
Look, I don't know about you, but I get goosebumps when I talk about like the future and what it looks like, right? Even like with the Cybertrucks and stuff that's out, even the way that you operate cars are now different within, like when you think about the Cybertrucks and you think about the Teslas. Please understand we are not being paid any type of sponsorship to talk about any of these products, but if you wanted to write us a check, we'll take it, right? But, I mean, it's just the fact that I think people need to have more conversations about what technology can do, how we can use it as a culture, and the greatness of it. I just really feel that way.
Right. I believe integrating AI with the social media or our social talk, as in you can claim something over here, let's say a wreck happened, and it's instantly shown to like your complete circle of friends through the AI. And let people know where an incident over here is happening, or it may be, some trouble or something happened, a problem, and you'll say that the AI catch on and it spread out as alert, in which regards it can help us.
Yeah.
And also it can be weaponized, so as in any other.
Anything, yeah. So we have to kind of be careful about the information that we put out there as well. But I think you have a good point there, because we want stuff in real time. And a lot of times when we see things that's on the news or even on social media, it's like hours later. But I like what you said about that. Like if we could see everything in real time.
Right as it happening, and where you can help.
Yeah.
Even come to aid, and I believe it was the last flood, and it was like people were showing, but they'll just say, well, this area, you know, the floods here, you know,
Yeah.
drop around this way. As in the news couldn't report that. At least if you're going to the south side, I'm going to the north side. They
Yeah.
can only report for just one, but your demographic will let you know where your problems and your troubles at, while
That is
mine
good.
will be, you know, catered to me.
Ooh, okay. I like that. I like that a lot. See, because you're really into this tech stuff, man. And the thing about it is, I'm into it. When I was younger, I wasn't excited about technology. I was one of those people that did not like email. I did not like social media, you know. Look, I could age myself and talk about the college club and how they used to have the different chat lines, and you see all these conversations going on. And you're like, how do people keep up with that? Like, I remember when Facebook was a platform where you had to have an invite to join, and people were like scrambling trying to get these invites for Facebook. So it's like to see all of that technology, from the emails to the search engines to, you know, YouTube, even the creations within that. I think it's fantastic.
Yes, I'm all pro. I'm pro AI. Like I use with the holograms, I'm actually put up a display and I use a avatar AI, which is, you know, catered by the client how they want the avatar person to look, talk,
Yeah.
speak, what knowledge base is on to interact. So I do see it going, whereas a person could now maybe want to search for a mentor that maybe can't have one, where can use an AI mentor.
I like that. I like that. Okay. See, you have some next level stuff. I absolutely love that, because it shows me like the greatness within you as an entrepreneur, and at the different lanes and different levels of where you see the future going, and how you're deciding to go ahead and take a hold of that and be a part of that energy. Thank you. No, seriously, thank you for doing that, because a lot of times we don't do that. And the thing about it is, you're a motivational speaker. You've been going around giving different lectures on technology, resilience, hope. What are some of the messages that you're giving to the people that you've been talking with?
Mostly hope, upliftment, keep going. When I speak on the technology, it's just, you know, basically giving rundown, a quick Q&A on questions. But when I'm on top of, you know, stages like at TSU, it was for, you know, motivation, uplifting, keep going. You know,
Yeah.
students been step out into the world, get ready to, you know, conquer your dreams, get ready to, you know, tackle the problems and adversity that's gonna come, but realize that they are coming, and just be prepared to know that the victory is on your side, and you're gonna have it. You stay focused, you stay in it.
Yeah, I
You're
love
gonna
that.
get it. I guess my title would say "Dare to Dream Again,"
Yeah,
because I ran it through a couple of people who allowed their dreams to die. And so I would ask them to resurrect that dream, to bring it back, you know, to dare to dream again, because we all have that first vision or that first inspiration that hype us up and get us so excited.
yeah,
And if you don't, you know, hold it within a certain time frame, you might let it go and let it die. So I just want to get, you know, some of my speeches were getting people to bring them dreams back to life, to, you know, just revive them and get that same feeling, that same joy back, and that excitement to be motivated and go conquer, you know, whatever it is, whether if it's a dream, a goal, or something single as just, you know, losing some weight or gaining some weight.
okay. You said just keep the dream alive, don't let it die, and find a way to resurrect it in whatever space. I love that.
Correct.
I love that a lot. You know, look, don't let me find out you over here into some poetry too, because that sounds like poetry. I absolutely love that, because I've seen you make moves and I've seen you be out there, and the way that you even network in rooms is different, right? So what's one of your like go-to things that you do when you go into a room and you're trying to network? Because a lot of times we go to places, but we don't really fully know how to network. What's one of your tips?
I would say dress for the occasion, which is important, and I would say shaking hands and smiling is something that my go-to. Come up and just state my name, and then what field you in, or I might just say what I do.
Yeah.
I may come next to a Candace Joseph, and I'll say introduce. Well, I know Candace. Well, we in the same circle, same field, and
Yeah.
that's kind of work too.
That does work. That does work. I love that, right? And a lot of times when we meet people, we never really know where that journey is going to take us. So I definitely believe in nurturing. And I want to tell you thank you because you are always sending me something, okay? And you have supported a lot of the things that I've done in the last few months. And I want to tell you thank you for doing that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Look, and thank you for holding space to the point where, you know, you're talking with the youth, you're going out and you're talking with, you know, people that are about to graduate college and recent graduates, because not only are you giving them the real world, but you letting them know, like, it doesn't matter, you know, what's going on in the world outside. They have the control of the world inside of them. And I want to tell you thank you for that, because I see you moving a lot, and I always like to give flowers where they're due.
Okay.
I do. And I want to say thank you for doing that, and thank you really for being an inspiration, because you are.
Yeah, I gotta say thank you, Candace. You are inspiration. You definitely need your flowers. I know you get much support and much praise when I see you in rooms networking. Your name is like, oh, you with Candace, so it's good. I always got it, but I know Candace Joseph over there. So
Yeah. You gonna start using me as a name drop?
Yeah.
Listen, I love it, man. Look, cause I tell people I know you, and they be like, that brother deep. I say, yeah. That's what they always say. That brother deep. I was like, yeah, you know. But I love how your brain works, and I love the fact that you know you kind of one of those people where you don't see limits really on anything. And I think a lot of people, if they tap into that and let go of some of that fear,
Correct.
think about what we could create.
Correct.
Ooh.
That fear holds a lot of people back. But one thing I can say, whenever you face that, you would not regret it.
Yeah.
What you will regret is not doing it.
Whew. You said a word.
You know, you don't want to say, oh, I regret that I never, you know, approached this certain person, or I never tried to do that dream business that I had, or I never even attempt to take that certain shot.
Yeah.
You would not regret it. Or like when I was doing a little training, we'll like just go push more past your limit, as in doing 20 pull-ups, or keep going for an extra 5, extra 10. You know, maybe sore the next day, but I don't regret it.
Yeah.
I probably would regret just, you know, not doing nothing at all that day. So going forth and even push forth for effort, even if you fail, you won't regret it.
I love that. Now, what's some tips that you would give someone? Because the industry that you're in business-wise isn't something that you see every day. It's coming because the technology is here. And it's been here and it's growing, and more people are getting into that buzz. But there are some entrepreneurs that are getting into fields that really, as of right now, nobody's heard of them. Nobody knows what they are completely. What are some of the tips you would give them?
I would say the presentation is a big part, especially with AI. You got that right flyer look, you got that right video look, that right web page look, or your app look. All of that will be, you know, can shock people. Or, hey, I want to be part of that just by the look and the feel of it. That will be like the go-to tip I would use. And the second tip I would say, you got to have that passion, and you got to be just focused. There's a saying that they used to have about when you become one, where you actually become one with what you're doing, as in like the whole room can disappear. You like so immersed in what you're doing. It might be 5 minutes, but it'll seem like an hour. You know, I mean, like you're so immersed in what you're doing.
Yeah.
You might think, oh, I'm just looking 5 minutes. You look up, about 3 hours passed, because you so in it and you so into it, you done lost the whole world around you. That you were like so focused that you get back, you know, the input that you put in, you will not regret it.
I love that. I love that a lot. And I hope people really, you know, that are tuning in right now, I really want you to take this message in and really understand that every day you can create great things. You can create the vision and the life that you want. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
You look, you know, I'm all about that knowledge, right?
Right.
So you have written a book. It is published. It is coming out. You're doing the book signing. You're doing all of that. What are some tips that you would give people that they may not know about the book writing process and the publishing of a book?
Well, like I say, the book, you got to have the passion to write a book. You can't, you know, start at, you know, 3 or 4 pages, then quit. You got to have it in your mind that you're gonna go through it. You're going to have to read it many, many times. You're going to have to go through edits and rewrites many, many times.
Yeah.
And as of now, the technology, you know, Amazon, the KDP,
Yeah.
you know, you download it, you get it right, you get your PDF form, and then you can submit it to the KDP.
Yeah.
And after
Just
that,
get it out.
Yeah.
I love that. See, I feel like more people should really put that thoughts on paper, because we think about all these books that we read in school, we see the history books out, we see all of this great work. But I feel like enough people do not write books, right?
Right.
So, look, I'm getting into book writing. I've written 2 so far, and they'll be self-published as well. And I'm going through all of that process now. And I think the writing process for me made me realize that we have a lot of knowledge, we have a lot of history, we have a lot of culture within us, and we do not tell the stories enough. You know, like we get the inspirational books, we get we get a lot of the self-help, but we don't see a lot of the stories. Like we just saw the story about the women in World War II and what they did, right? And then that became a movie. I feel like more stories like that, you know, should be out and should be really a part of our culture. So I thought about it. I said, well, while I'm in a book writing process, I know some great people out there with stories. So what have I been doing? Kind of calling them on the phone, kind of nudging them and say, hey, have you ever thought about writing your story? Or even if it's just an essay about your experiences in going through this process, that process. I feel like not enough stories are really told and published,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, I like reading biographies. Some of my top 10 books would be biographies, autobiography of Malcolm X,
Yeah, that's a good one.
autobiography of Shada Shakur, Connie Rice, Condoleezza Rice's sister, Power Concedes Nothing. Like, them some of my favorites biography as far as books. And I do believe, like, reading in their stories, especially if they speaking in the field and they also offering knowledge, you can learn from biographies also.
That's true.
And also teaching, like, steps, the way to navigate, especially if they will, you know, tell a scenario, even though it may be past tense, you can still use it within our times or certain interaction or confirmation you'll get.
And so I love that, because a lot of times we don't really think about that. And I know the younger generation definitely don't think about that. But I want to say thank you for being a storyteller. Thank you for being someone who's innovative and working within the current technologies to push forward the culture. And thank you for spreading knowledge.
Right.
I really appreciate that.
Right. I think that more as it come out and more people see it, they accept it.
Yeah.
Because certain things that I know certain people, I'll never use that AI, then they see it. And it may just be something that's funny, like a funny clip or a meme they'll like, and then they'll follow it, now they're into it. Oh, that's the AI. Or just last week you said you wouldn't like it.
I think it's going to be more of that, because we use it every day. We use it at the grocery store. We use it when we pay bills online. We use it if you use spreadsheets. You're using AI. You're using some form of artificial intelligence. And I just can't wait to see where it's going to go and where it's going to grow in our lifetime, you know.
Well, the most important thing I think a person should always remember that it's open source, which means you can use it for free to your development, for your website, your app. So if you got an idea, let's just say, I would like to take pictures of your outfit. And it will say, well, this is about here, this is the name of it. You can actually make that app like within 72 hours with AI.
Yeah.
And have it ready to publish.
Wow.
Using all the open source, there's availability of the large language models and the ChatGPT, even Google Maps is open source. So if you want to add a map to your business, you want to do something like, I know, like I had an idea about a truck driving map. You can use Google Maps as the open source to input in your business, your app or website.
Ooh.
So with that idea, I think that should get people excited that, hey, I can use this on my very own.
And see, look, the stuff you're talking about, you got to put a class together to talk about that. I'm telling you.
Actually, it do, like I say,
Yeah.
March 28th,
Yep.
Empowerment Move.
Now, I know about that. Tell us a little bit about that. What's coming up with that? Because I've seen about it, I've heard about it, but I want you to tell the audience a little bit more about it.
It's going to be a women's networking, social event where we're going to have guest speakers, which is going to be myself and Dr. Maurice Savage and Michelle Peterson, who is a executive operator for Fortune 5 company. So we're going to have like some good speakers in which we're going to tell some business insight.
Yeah.
And I'll be giving, my technology. I have some, takeaway tips that they can leave where they'll be ready to, I would teach them how to give your own personal brand QR code that they can make at the event.
Oh, wow.
I'll teach them the use of the Google Notebook LM, which is, they can make a podcast out of their book. They can make a Q&A, or they can make a quiz, they can make a summary of their book or their website, like right on point, which will all happen March 28th.
You guys better come and be a part of this movement. I'm going to make sure that I put it on all my social media pages and definitely on the BKBH business pages, of course, all over all social network, so we can get the word out. I feel like where we are right now, we have to get the knowledge out. We have to support one another, and you definitely want to be in a space of people that are like-minded, business-minded. So I want you to use that camera right there, and I want you to tell people, how they can find you, book you, get the book, of course, get more information on the upcoming book release, which I am very excited about, and just how they can tap into everything great.
Okay, the book is The Audacity to Try, Dare to Dream Again by Rashard Renfro. You can order it on Amazon, or you can come out to the book signing March 28th. You can find me at 790_44 home, HOME. You can see some of my community involvement and networking that I'm doing. You may even see a glimpse of me with Candace Joseph. And also March 28th is the women's networking event. It's called Empower Her, HER, which will have keynote speakers being me, Dr. Maurice Savage, and we're going to have Michelle Peterson, and it's also going to be sponsored by Kingdom Spirits. So we're going to have sponsors, going to have vendors, so it's going to be some engagement. It's going to be some takeaway knowledge. It's going to be some takeaway things you can incorporate to your business if you're an entrepreneur and you need some extra help with your business on marketing, on promoting. You're going to leave with some great things.
Oh, listen. Look, I can't wait. I want you guys to be there because I'm going to be there. You got to be in the place. So this is the thing. I always like to end with one question and one question only, right?
Okay.
So, you are the great Rashard Renfro, right? And say you could pick one song right now to be your theme music. Every meeting you walk into, this music plays. Every door you walk into, this music plays. What would be your theme song?
I know. It's crazy. I just heard this song last night, and it's my theme. I know you asked for something, but it's been this thing. I had it on repeat for like 30 times every day. But it's a Rick Ross song. It was called Tears of Joy, and it just hit me. But other than that, I would say Come Home.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I like to get into the mind of our entrepreneurs a little bit there. Thank you so very much for being my guest today.
Oh, you're welcome, Candace. Anytime, I would love to come back.
Oh, look, no, I don't think you understand. We're going to come back because, after the book drop, I want us to get more into the book. I don't want us to take away from it now because I want people to go out and buy it and really understand the message that you have within it. But I definitely want to bring you back to talk about the book. We got to talk about AI. Look, our next conversation is going to be on some little crypto and some EFTs. We're going to talk about that because I feel like a lot of times those things that are out there now, they're misunderstood in some way. So I want us to kind of work together and debunk that, and maybe we'll bring on another person as well, to kind of debunk some of that. So I definitely want to bring you back for a part 2 of this episode. Look, you have been great. You have been absolutely great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey guys, listen, each and every week I'm bringing you the best of the best in entrepreneurial spaces. A lot of times, we find these hidden jewels within our own community. Mr. Renfro is definitely one of those. He's someone that you might want to check out, tap into, and definitely get that book. Hey, I'm Candace Joseph. I'm signing out for the Business Knowledge Broker Hour with Candace Joseph. See you next week. We out.
Hey, yo, Guru, you ready?
Business, marketing, accounting, social media, resources, strategies, tips, even the Business Knowledge Broker Hour.